Let's do this thing. All right. Coffee's all ready. I don't have to do anything. I'm on it. I'm on the ball this morning. At least for now. We'll see. We'll see how long that lasts. 10 seconds. Alrighty. Coffee time. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Today is Monday. It is April 19th, 2021. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. Came out good this morning. Well, it was a pretty solid weekend. I did not do a lot. Actually, that's not true. I didn't do anything really exciting. I did a bunch of stuff around the house. I built a bookshelf for behind that wall. Mounted it. It's up there. After these shelves and working with my friend and learning a bit more, I'm much more confident tackling some of these wood projects that have been in my head. So it's just gonna be shelves everywhere. What else did I do? Pull the taps out of the maple trees, threw them in the birch trees. It is birch season. They were ready. Holy cow, were they ready to go? I got, how much came out yesterday? Probably got a quart in just a few hours off 3 rather small birch trees, so that was cool. We'll see how long we can stretch that season. Because honestly, we're probably starting a little late, but it's been rainy and yeah. The birch trees attacked way more bugs than the maple. I have no idea why. What else did I do? Had a fire out in the yard. Did a bunch of projects, plants, cleaning. I got seeds like crazy going now. Planted peanuts. Did I plant anything else? Pretty much just peanuts, yeah. A bunch of the other stuff's starting to go, or really show up. Did a bunch of meal prep this weekend. I've just been hammering on it. And I need a break. I'm really feeling like, so I've been delaying taking a vacation in the hopes that there would be some opportunity. Oh, there's a garbage truck. For me to leave the state in some way, and it's just not happening. So I'm gonna have to find something here. I'm gonna have to do something. I'm gonna have to, you know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to come up with a purpose for a staycation. I'm gonna have to do something. I don't do well just sitting. That's just not me. So I'm gonna have to do something. So what is that going to be? Am I gonna have a project? I don't know. I don't know what it is. So that was just an initial thought this morning. I'll come up with something. Friday, speaking of coming up with something, Andrew worked with me. I was rattling through a bunch of ideas in a notebook and reached out to Andrew, and he helped me flesh out this idea for a new type of content. It's not like it's new as in it's, hologram or anything, but a new style of content, something that we have not done before, and I'm excited. We're gonna try it out. I reached out to, requires a third person, and I reached out to the person that I want to be the first third person, and they said yes, or rather, I think they said yes. So we'll talk about it more. But this could be a really cool idea. It's something that could get us some attention and be fun to do and combine a bunch of elements of things that we already do. So I'm excited for that. I think I forgot to mention on Friday. On Thursday, I updated the apparel on whistlekick.com. Yeah, so I've just been doing some work. Anything else happened this weekend? I don't think so. Just hanging out. Saturday, I don't even think I left the house. I don't even think I went outside. which is unlike me. But yesterday I did. Went to the grocery store. This back porch of mine, here's the last thing I'll tell you, and then we'll roll in to see what you guys put out. I think I've said this before. Late in the day, as that back porch and the back wall of the house bakes, it's like a sauna. I go out there and I sit, and it's, yesterday was 50, 55. The back wall of the house was 85. And so I sit there, and as long as it's not too windy, I can hang out in a t-shirt and get some sun, and it's pretty cool. Pretty nice time. Yeah. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you're looking forward to your Monday. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else. All right. What did you all give me? What did you give me to talk about? Looking at YouTube comments. Oh, yeah, that's not even... That's a lot of spam. I'm sorry. There's a bunch of junk that I'm trying to sort through here. We don't usually get this many comments on things. All right. And I don't know if... Hold on. I'm not seeing any comments. I'm going to double check over here. No, it looks like I'm high and dry today. That's all right. So... I don't know what to do. This hasn't happened in such a long time. I'm thinking. You know what? There are a couple things that I can adjust into conversation topics here. So no, I'm not going to talk about that. Comments from people and oh wait, is the Monday episode out? Because I can talk about that. It's not. These are all silly comments. All right, give me a second. I'm pulling my own quotes. I'm gonna do what Frank does. If this tablet will load. Quotes about Monday. Seems easy. Stacy says, what do you think reasonable accommodations are for training and testing? What do you mean by accommodations? Are you talking about accommodating people's differences? People coming into, say, a testing or training with different physical abilities? Is that what you mean? Or do you mean literally accommodations like food and water? Because I would much rather answer that. I'm looking at these Monday quotes. May your coffee be strong and your Monday be short. It's funny. Monday, conversations about Monday tend to fall into one or two categories. It's a majority of people saying, oh, Monday, weekend's over, I hate my life, Monday sucks, I hate my job, blah, 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 blah. And I think most of you know how I feel about that. If you hate your job, you should get a new job. Oh, but yes, you can. If you say you can't get a new job, you're making excuses. You can always get a new job. You may not want the consequences of that. But if you can't get a new job, if you won't get a new job, then you actually have the best job for you, and you need to change your mindset. And then you've got other people who say, I like what I do. I like Monday. I'm excited. I'm recharged after a weekend of not working, letting my mind rest. And I come back at it and I pound on it. That, for the most part, is me. Right now, I'm a little tired. I got a lot going on. Most of you know that. I had a conversation with my aunt yesterday. And that was, we talked about some stuff. You know, my late father's sister. So it was tough. But for the most part, Monday rolls around, it's like, all right, let's get this stuff done. So Stacy says, sure, run with that one. What needs to be available for water, food, and bio breaks? Bio, bathroom. It depends. I think the biggest issue that we run into in martial arts when we talk about testing and the format and breaks and etc. is whatever is being expected of the students in those ways, in terms of food, water, and using the restroom. There are plenty of things that are not communicated ahead of testing, especially as you move into higher ranks. We're not going to tell you exactly what we're going to do. Maybe we're not even going to tell you how long you're going to be testing. But you should know for preparation about those three things. You will be permitted to have water breaks. You will not be permitted to eat, and you will get bathroom breaks as appropriate. But sometimes that format becomes really dramatically different from class. If you are used to hour-long classes and everybody in class gets a water break 30 minutes in, and testing becomes 6 hours long with no water breaks, this is a problem. Oh, Gabe is here. Hi, Gabe. In my opinion, the expectations of testing should be within sight of what is expected in class and should not deviate greatly from the previous testing. So if you're a white belt and you show up at class and it's, an hour long and you get a water break every 30 minutes, your testing for your next rank shouldn't be 12 hours long and, water every 4 hours. It should be, 60 minutes, maybe 90 minutes, maybe water halfway or every 30 minutes. Okay. And by the way, water, people make a really big deal about water in the midst of exercise. If you are training for less than an hour, you really shouldn't be dehydrated. Now, there are exceptions, really hot, incredibly intense, humid, whatever. But it takes 15 to 20 minutes for your body to acclimate that water. And you shouldn't be showing up dehydrated. I see people, they're, oh, can I get a drink of water? And they're literally having like a few tablespoons. They're having a sip. That's a break. I need to rest. This is an excuse. And culturally, we have conditioned a lot of kids to say, I need water, when they actually just want to be lazy or take a break. There's a difference in there. This is something when I coached CrossFit, I used to get on people about. You're doing a 10-minute workout. Your body's not going to process that water until after the workout. If you need to stop to take a breath, do that. Whole different thing. And then, of course, as we move up rank and we see people challenging themselves and being challenged with the format of testing, yeah, you can start to open that up a little bit. my black belt test, my first black belt test was 2.5 hours. I think it was 2.5 hours. I got one bathroom break. I got one break. It might have been 5 minutes, maybe as long as 10. I don't think it was as long as 10. Um, I know I had some water. I know I went to the bathroom. I was 16. But it was also probably a little bit easier for the testing board to manage my testing because I was the only one testing. When you've got more people, it becomes you can't you kind of have to teach to the bottom. If you're trying to push people's limits and you push at the top, people start falling out the bottom, that becomes really hard. It almost defeats the purpose. And this is why I'm a big fan of really intense testings being individual. Or at least there being an individual component. So to sum up, they can be pretty much anything as long as it is communicated and not completely out of bounds with what is typically done in class. We talked about that with running, I think last week or the week before, the idea that if you don't expect your students to run as part of classes, why are you expecting them to run as part of testing? Good morning, Francis. Gabe's asking, how many black belts should be on a testing panel for a black belt test? I don't know that matters. I think there are two different types of people that you put on a testing panel. The people who are actually responsible for determining whether that person is promoted to their next rank, and other. And other could fall into all kinds of reasons. I've been on testing panels, and I know that my job there really is to, you know what? I've been on testing panels for a few reasons. I've been there evaluating people that I cared about. It was, hey, do you want to come sit on the board for them? Yeah, this person means something to me. I would be honored. It's about me, really. And then I've been on testing boards for friends at their school. Hey, I've got some students promoting. Will you come sit on the board? Yeah. Because we come from this tradition of evaluating others and a bunch of people watching you and, in one sense, judging you, but in another sense, celebrating you. I don't think there has to be anybody on a testing board. Especially if, so I'm thinking of one school in particular. The school unfortunately doesn't exist anymore. But that school had one owner instructor. And I would go and I would teach and help out and hang out sometimes. But my job there in showing up was never to say, you know what, this person's not ready. That was up to the school. He didn't need other people to come in and say, this person is ready or this person isn't ready. He had that part covered. So did he need me? No. But it changed the dynamic. It elevated the, because there were people there that weren't usually there, it changed the mindset, the environment. People acted differently because there were special guests. And I think that's a big part of it. Does that answer your question, Gabe? I hope so. I'm thinking back to my test now. I'm thinking to all the different ones, and there's a bond there. When I think about the people who were part of my tests, there's a bond. They gave of their time. I'm sure there are some instances where someone who comes in as part of the school's organization, they're let's say they're flown in or travel in to be part of the testing board. Maybe they're compensated for that, or maybe they're at least their expenses are reimbursed. But I think most people, excuse me, when they sit on a testing board, they're doing it because they want to. It's not usually part of, they're not usually compensated. I'm thinking the last Taekwondo testing that I was part of. I've never been paid. And there are only a couple people that I can think of that in our group may have been paid. So there we go. Testing. We'll end it right there. We'll call it good. I hope you're well. I hope you have a good Monday. I hope you'll check out the stuff that we do. I hope maybe episode 598 is here. We're working on 600. I told you there was a plan for 600. That plan hit a rough spot. I'm still hopeful. Fingers crossed that still happens. It should happen. Even if it doesn't happen, I will come up with something. I will always figure something out for you. So, already. Oh, you know what? I bet it's in the podcast feed. You know who's out today? Episode 598 is with Sensei Seth. Sensei Seth Adams. I'm trying to remember his last name. And if you spend much time on YouTube, you probably know who he is. Good guy, funny guy. Had a really good time talking with him. So check that out. Should be up on YouTube any moment now, but I bet it's already in your audio feed. So check it out. Thanks for watching or listening, and leave me some stuff to talk about for tomorrow. Take care, everybody, and I will see you then. Peace.